bill is being stepped down on the understanding that you had in the morning, and as leaders you have a duty to tell the House. Yes, Jeanette, start. 2 minutes. Give Jeanette the mic.
Hello. Mr. Speaker, as you are aware, members are aware, this has been a very contentious bill. And this morning, yesterday, after the quorum was raised by none other than myself, the Speaker called for a meeting at his office with the leadership of Parliament, and we discussed the matter at length with the Speaker, and then he invited the Council of Governors to a meeting today, 8 in the morning, which was attended by all the leadership in Parliament, Honorable Baya, Honorable Mili, and Honorable Osoro, and other members, and the Budget Committee Chair. So the Council of Governors was represented in that meeting by their chairman and their legal, chairman of the legal committee, I think, Governor Mutula Kilonzo Jr. And we discussed the matter at length, and there were compromises that were made that they should do, and on our side also we will do. And one of the issues that we agreed was that the matter that is in court, the matter that is pending in court, was, I think, coming up for judgment on 28th. So we agreed in the meeting that that judgment should be arrested, should be pended. In law, the Speaker advises me, it is called you stay the judgment, so that we can engage constructively on this matter of RMLF. And once that judgment is stayed, on our part also as a House, we now pass the bill. Because the bill does not contain RLMF also. It majorly contains donor-funded projects and those kind of things. So if a consent is filed in court between the two parties to stay the judgment, and that consent is filed in court, then we can pass the bill so that also the donor funding can go to the counties. So that is what we agreed this morning, and that is what is being implemented. And we hope that by end of business today, that should end. And then tomorrow now we can go back to business of the House and bring back the bill on the order paper. But my last issue, Mr. Speaker, is, Mr. Speaker, no one in the country, whether governors or any leadership or even the citizenry, should never think that this House is opposed to devolution. Mr. Speaker, this House supports devolution completely. And that is why every year we support the Division of Revenue Bill. We have supported every county bill, every bill that concerns counties that has either originated from this House or from the Senate, Mr. Speaker. We support devolution completely because we know the intention of devolution is to make the lives of our citizens better, Mr. Speaker. The soul of this constitution is devolution, Mr. Speaker. Because there are counties that will not have received $1 billion shillings in their lives if devolution did not happen, Mr. Speaker. So nobody should send any notion that National Assembly is against devolution. We support devolution, and we will make sure devolution thrives in our country, but we want to have the Constitution respected holistically so that the National Assembly can do their work, the Senate can do their work, and the counties can do their work so that we have a win-win situation for the country, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, you remember we used to have a tug of war with the Senate on issues of functions. Which house is upper, which house is lower, which functions belongs to this house, which functions belongs to the Senate. Luckily, the senators on their own volition went to the court. They filed a case to nullify 23 statutes that was passed by this House, Mr. Speaker. And they went to the High Court. I think they lost in the High Court. They went to the Court of Appeal. They lost in the Court of Appeal. Then they went to the Supreme Court. And in the end, Supreme Court rendered a judgment 3 weeks ago. And it brought clarity that the functions of the Senate is this, and the function of the National Assembly. There is no ambiguity anymore. The issue of money bills have been sorted. The Supreme Court, in its own ruling, said that money bill is in the domain of the National Assembly. It cannot originate from the Senate. They have said any bill...
It cannot originate anywhere else.
It cannot originate anywhere else. My teacher is teaching me, who is the Speaker, other than the National Assembly.
Yes.
It is saying that bills concerning counties can originate from the National Assembly and can as well originate from the Senate, Mr. Speaker. It has also said national government CDF is not unconstitutional. It is constitutional. It is said that the National Assembly almost described the National Assembly as the upper house because of the powers that the Supreme Court has declared. It's not my own making. The ruling is in public, Mr. Speaker.
It's a judgment, not a ruling.
A judgment, yes. The judgment is in public. Anybody can access it. Anybody can read it. It's no longer secret. So, Mr. Speaker, even this county government issue can go to the Supreme Court. And I'm sure the Supreme Court will say that this is the position. So, please, we want to develop our country. We want to support devolution. We want to support all institutions of this country to function in accordance with the Constitution. So nobody should badmouth the National Assembly. Nobody should say the National Assembly is doing anything wrong or it's an affront to the devolution, Mr. Speaker. With those few remarks, Mr. Speaker, that is the position of the National Assembly.
Owen.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I want to thank you for taking leadership in this matter, and also thank the leaders of the National Assembly, Junet, Millie, the Chairman of Budget, Osoro, and myself, who sat at that meeting in the morning, to actually come up with resolutions that take a firm position that everybody should respect their positions. One, Honorable Speaker, I want to reiterate the sentiments of the Honorable Junet. As a House, we support devolution. And we'll go out all our way to ensure that devolution works. But, Honorable Speaker, that should not be used to twist the National Assembly. That, probably the National Assembly does not support devolution. We support devolution, but that should not be used to twist us. One of the things, Honorable Speaker, was that this case must be arrested. That's the word that was used, arrested, so that a judgment does not ensue, so that we can deal with the county, the bill that is before us. Yes. So, Honorable Speaker, what I would like to say is that as a House, we will stand very firm on this matter, such that the governors must respect the space of the National Assembly as we respect theirs, and ensure that what is due to members of the National Assembly, or what is due to the national government, remains in the national government, because the funds that they're fighting for are national government funds that are available to Kera and Kura. And therefore, Honorable Speaker, what I would like to reiterate the position. I know yesterday members felt very aggrieved, but I think the leadership of the House will protect the members of this House and ensure that what they will require as funds for roads will still remain there. Honorable Speaker, lastly, Honorable Speaker, I would like to say this, that the governors have for a long time tried to poke holes to get much more every time. And I think it's time that we rested this matter. We pass a law, they go to court. NG-CDF, they want to go to court. I think it's time that they stopped doing that to ensure that we have a smooth country and everybody remains on his lane and everybody does the functions that they have been given to do. We wish the governors well. When they get money, let them implement projects that help the constituents, the county. Allow national government also to do their work, so that all this put together, Honorable Speaker, takes our country forward. But I want to reiterate what the Honorable Junet said. And I want to say this. The letter that was published by Anyang yesterday was in bad faith. Bad faith. And as a National Assembly, we condemn it, and it must remain condemned. And every governor there must take their position as it is and do their work, instead of spending a lot of time trying to do things that are necessary. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Now, Musa Sirma, you can move the motion at Order 8.
Mr.
I don't want to open debate on it. They are your leaders. You should trust them. Kainan, let Musa Sirima move his motion.
Mr. Speaker,
Take your seat.
Mr. Speaker, I wish
Take your seat.
to ask that I move that this House adopts the report of the National Government Constituency Development Fund Committee on its consideration of nominees to 31 constituencies committees laid on the table of the House on Tuesday, the 22nd of April, 2025, and pursuant to the provisions of Section 43(4) of the National Government Constituency Development Fund Act, Cap 414A, and paragraphs 5, 2, and 10 of the National Government Constituency Development Fund Regulations 2016, approves the list of nominees for appointment to the following 31 constituencies committees of the National Government Constituency Development Fund. Mr. Speaker, the names of the constituencies are in the order paper. I do not need to read. And Mr. Speaker, I want to assure the members that the CS made good of his promise and the respect to the chair, because it is so important that funds are released to the constituencies before we go on recess, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, as I move this, Mr. Speaker, we want prudent use of these funds, which will make development in this country better. Mr. Speaker, without much ado, I beg to move that this House approves. And I want to ask Honorable Wangwe, the MP for Navakolo, to second. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise to second the motion as moved by the great member for the chair. And mine, Honorable Speaker, is just to emphasize on one point, which I would want to bring to your attention and the attention of the House. That, Honorable Speaker, as we approve the names, the next stage is normally gazettement of the names. And colleagues, as we sit here today, most of the constituencies that so far have been approved are yet to be gazetted. Meaning, Honorable Speaker, it's a delay that is being caused on the gazettement side. Whoever is concerned, Honorable Speaker, whom I believe is the Attorney General, my request to you, Honorable Speaker, and the House, is that we come in, or you come in, Honorable Speaker, so that the Attorney General moves with the speed, gazettes the names, and let our constituents enjoy the funds that we have been pushing to get to the ground. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I beg to second.
Member on his feet, take